Welcome to Fat Coder. This is Roy. Today we are going to talk about an interesting person. This person has brought great pride to the entire nation and especially to Tamil Nadu. So many will be wondering about whom I am going to talk. To add 2 points. First point is that this person has a separate place in heart of many youngsters and still has. Second point is that in PSG College of Technology in Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu, there is a club known as Radio Hub. In association with PSG Community Radio are trying their level best to achieve this dream. From this, many will be wondering about whom I am going to talk. So let's go to the video. This video we are going to talk about APJ Abdul Kalam, Awul Pakir Jainul Abdin Abdul Kalam. He was born in 15th October 1931 in Rameshwaram in Tamil Nadu. Was an Indian aerospace scientist and a politician who has served as the 11th President of India from 2002 to 2007. He was born and raised in Rameshwaram in Tamil Nadu and studied physics and aerospace engineering. He spent the next 4 decades as a scientist and space administrator, mainly at DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization, and ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, and was initially involved in India's civilian space program and military missile development efforts. He thus came to be known as Missile Man of India for his work on the development of ballistic missile and launch vehicle technology. He played a pivotal role in technical advisement and the political role in India's program to nuclear test in 1998, the first since the original nuclear test by India in 1974. Dr. Kalam was elected as the 11th President of India in 2002 with the support of both ruling party and the opposition. The ruling party was Bharatiya Janata Party and then the opposition Indian National Congress, widely referred as the People's President. He returned to his civilian life of education, writing and public service after a single term. He was a recipient of India's prestigious award including Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian honor. While delivering a lecture at Indian Institute of Management at Shillong, Kalam collapsed and died from an apparent cardiac arrest on 27 July 2015 at the age of 83. Thousands, including national level dignitaries, attended the funeral ceremony held in his hometown of Rameswaram, where he was buried with the full state honor. Let's go through his early life and education. APJ Abdul Kalam was born on 15th October 1931 to Tamil Nadu Muslim family. His father Jainul Abdin was a boat owner. His mother was a housewife. His father owned a ferry that took Hindu pilgrimage back and forth between Rameshwaram and Dhanushkodi. Kalam was the youngest of the 4 brothers and 1 sister in his family. His ancestors had been wealthy traders and landowners with numerous properties and large amount of land. The business had involved trading groceries between the mainland and the island to and from Sri Lanka, as they were had a great respect in the society. With the opening of Pamban Bridge in 1914, however, the business failed and the family fortune and the properties were lost over the time, apart from the ancestral home. By his early childhood, Kalam's family had been poor, and at an early age he sold papers for his family needs and to family support. In his school years, Kalam had an average grade but was described as a bright and hardworking student who had a strong desire to learn. He spent hours on studies, especially mathematics. After completing his education at Skerwards Higher Secondary School in Ramanathapuram, Kalam went to attend St. Joseph College at Tiruchirappalli, then affiliated with the University of Madras, from where he graduated in physics in 1954. He moved in Madras in 1955 to study aerospace engineering in Madras Institute of Technology. While Kalam was working on a senior class project, the dean was dissatisfied with his lack of progress and threatened him to revoke his scholarship unless the project was finished within the next 3 days. Kalam met the deadline, impressing the dean. Missed Achieving his dream of becoming a fighter pilot at the IAF, Indian Air Force. He came the ninth rank, in which only 8 were selected. This was my first stage in which I learned leadership from 3 great teachers, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, Professor Satish Dhawan, and Dr. Brahm Prakash. This was the time of learning and acquiring knowledge for me. This was the statement given by APJ Abdul Kalam. After graduating from Madras Institute of Technology in 1960, Kalam joined the Aeronautical Development Establishment of the DRDO as a scientist after becoming a member of Defense Research and Development Survey (DRDS). He started his career by designing a small hovercraft but remained unconvinced by his choice of the job at DRDO. Kalam was also a part of INCOSPA, that means Indian National Committee for Space Research committee, which was under the control and which was established by Vikram Sarabhai, a renowned space scientist. In 1969, Kalam was transferred to Indian Space Research Organization, where he was the project director of India's first satellite launch vehicle, SLV-3, which successfully deployed the Rohini satellite in near-Earth's orbit in July 1980. Kalam had first started work on an expandable rocket project independently at DRDO in 1965. In 1969, Kalam received the government's approval and expanded the program to include more engineers. Kalam addressed many IITs and has visited NASA in year 1963 to 1964. Between 1970 to 1980, Kalam made an effort to develop the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, which is PSLV and SLV-3 project, both which got approved to be successful. He was invited by Raja Ramana to witness the country's first nuclear test, Smiling Buddha, as the representative of TBRL. Even though he had not participated in its development, in 1970s Kalam also directed 2 projects, Project Devil and Project Valiant. Kalam also had many dreams of developing India into a great country, which sought to develop ballistic missiles from the technology of the successful SLV program. Despite the disapproval of the Union Cabinet, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi allotted secret fund for the aerospace project under the Kalam's indication and under the Kalam's view. Kalam played an integral role in convincing the Union Cabinet to conceal the true nature of these classified aerospace projects. His research and educational leadership brought him a great laurel and prestige in 1980, which prompted the government's initiative to advance missile launch program under his leadership. Kalam and Dr. V.S. Arunachalam, he was a metallurgist and scientific advisor of the Defense Minister R. Venkataraman on an approval for simultaneous development of missiles instead of taking planned missiles one after another. R. Venkataraman was instrumental in getting the cabinet approval for allocating 3.8 billion for the missile named Integrated Guided Missile Development Program (IGMDP) and appointed Dr. Kalam as the chief executive. Kalam played a major part in developing many missiles under the mission, including Agni, an intermediate range ballistic missile, and Prithvi, the tactical surface-to-surface missile. Dr. Kalam served as the chief scientific advisor to the Prime Minister and Secretary of the Defense Research and Development Organization from July 1992 to December 1999. The Pokhran 2 nuclear tests were conducted during this period, in which he played an intense important along with Rajagopala Chidambaram during the testing phase. In this time, Dr. Kalam was covered in media and became very famous. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam has told that knowledge is superpower. India should become a developed country by year 2020. He regarded his work on India's nuclear weapon program as well as the asset of India, which are the young youth generation. Kalam has told that I have identified 5 areas where India has a great ability to shine. One is agriculture and food processing. Second is education and healthcare. Third is information and communication technology. Fourth is infrastructure, reliable and quality electric power. Fifth is self-reliance in critical technology. These five areas are closely interrelated and if advanced in coordinated way will lead to food, economic and natural security. In 1998, along with cardiologist Soma Raju, Kalam developed a low-cost coronary stent named as Kalam Raju stent. Coronary stent is a device which is in the form of tube shaped that keeps the arteries open while treating coronary heart disease. And Dr. Kalam in 2012 has developed a rugged tablet computer for healthcare in rural area which is named as Kalam Raju tablet. Dr. Kalam took an active interest in other developments in the field of science, technology, including a research program for developing biomedical implants. He also supported open source technology over proprietary software, predicting that the use of free software on large scale would bring benefits to information technology to many people. Dr. Kalam set the target of interacting with 1 lakh students during the 2 years after resigning from the post of scientific advisor in 1999. He explained, I feel comfortable in the company of young people, particularly high school students. Henceforth, I intend to share with them the experience, helping them to ignite their imagination and the preparation them to work harder for developing India. Dr. APJ Kalam has received several awards. Dr. Kalam has received 7 honorary doctorates from 40 universities. The Government of India honored him with Padma Bhushan in 1981 and Padma Vibhushan in 1990 for his contribution in ISRO and DRDO and his role as scientific advisor to the government. In 1997, Dr. Kalam received India's highest civilian honor, the Bharat Ratna, for his contribution to the research field and modernizing the defense technology. Everything was good till 27 July 2015. Dr. Kalam traveled to Shillong to deliver a lecture on creating a livable planet Earth at Indian Institute of Management, Shillong. While climbing a flight stairs, he experienced some discomfort but was able to enter the auditorium after a proper rest. At around 6:35 p.m. IST, only 5 minutes into his lecture, he collapsed. He was rushed to the nearby hospital in a critical condition. Upon the arrival, he lacked a pulse and this indicated that he was no more. Despite placed in intense care unit, Dr. Kalam confirmed death of sudden cardiac arrest at 7:45 p.m. His last words were regarding the development of India. Following his death, Dr. Kalam's body was airlifted in an Indian Air Force helicopter from Shillong to Guwahati, from where it was flown to New Delhi on morning 28 July in an Indian Air Force C-130J Hercules flight. The flight landed at the Palam Air Base. At that afternoon, many great peoples and many prestigious government peoples like President, Vice President and Prime Minister and Chief Ministers arrived. Then his body was placed on gun carriage draped with Indian flag and taken to his Delhi residence at 10 Rajaji Marg. There the public numerous people came to visit him. In morning of 29 July, Kalam's body wrapped in Indian flag was taken to the Palam Air Base and flown to Madurai. At Madurai Airport that afternoon, his body was received at the airport by 3 service chiefs of the national and state dignitaries, including Cabinet Minister Manohar Parrikar, Venkaiah Naidu, Pon Radhakrishnan and the governors of the Tamil Nadu and Meghalaya, K. Rosaya and V. Shanmuganathan. After a brief ceremony, Kalam's body was flown by Air Force helicopter to the town of Mandapam, from where it was taken in an army truck to his hometown of Rameswaram. Upon arriving at Rameswaram, his body was displayed to allow public to pay their final respect until 8 p.m. On 30 July 2015, former president was laid to rest at Rameswaram with full state honor. Over 350,000 people attended the last ritual, including the Prime Minister, the Governor of Tamil Nadu and Chief Minister of Karnataka, Kerala and Andhra. Dr. Kalam was a great person and still has a separate place in the heart of many youngsters. Honor him, a prominent road in New Delhi was renamed from Aurangzeb Road to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Road in August 2015. In February 2018, scientists from Botanical Survey of India named his name in a new found plant species. Initially, I told that the students of Radio Hub, in association with PSG Community Radio, are associated to APJ Abdul Kalam's dream. APJ Abdul Kalam had only one dream, that India should become a developed country by the year 2020. But unfortunately, 2020 has come and India has not become the developed country and has not attained the state that APJ Abdul Kalam wanted and aimed. So we, the students from Radio Hub, in association with PSG Community Radio, are doing an event which is known as Vision India 2030. The concept of Vision India 2030 is India should become at least a developed country by the year 2030. So we have organized as a voice campaign, and this is world's largest voice campaign by setting a target of 1 lakh voices, in which first 50,000 voices have been completed. I mean, the phase 1 is completed. In the voice campaign, you need to introduce your name and from which place you are coming, and you need to answer 2 simple questions. The first question is what change would you do yourself to make India as a developed country? Second question is, what changes are you expecting in the society to make India as a developed country? At last, you need to tell, I support Vision India 2030. And you can submit the voice to the link that I have attached in the description. For further details, and if you have any doubt regarding the event, you can go to the link that I have attached in the description. So let's be a voice of a change and be the change that you expect. In this video, you might have come to know the life of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and the reason why he is called as the People's President, and how the students of Radio Hub, in association with PSG Community Radio in PSG College of Technology, are associated to his dream. Sir, men may come and men may go, but sir, you have a separate place in the heart of many youngsters and will always have. Thank you for watching this video. In next video, I will come with an interesting topic like this. Until that, stay happy, stay safe. Thank you.